Hey, Jason.
Morning, Eric.
What's up, buddy?
Another day.
I got an idea.
Okay,
Do you want to hear it?
let's hear it.
Okay.
I think I'm going to hear it anyway.
You're going to get it anyway. That's right, because you're joining me for Facebook Live today. And, you know, we put a post out there recently that asked, hey, what do you guys want to talk about? And I know I was really impressed with the quality of questions that we got. And I was excited to see that, one, people were paying attention and that they were checking us out.
Yeah, it's always a plus.
Yeah, well, there you go. If you build it, they will come, Jason.
Yep.
That's right.
We got lots of great feedback on that post.
Lots of great feedback and some really good questions. And so we decided, you asked, we want to answer, right?
Yep.
So we were going to pick a couple of those questions and just kind of answer them live. And we haven't rehearsed this because, one, I don't ever rehearse anything. And then Jason has to deal with the consequences. So you're welcome, buddy.
Well, Eric's a professional actor anyway. He's pretty good at improv.
I'm good at talking and saying very little. I understand that. But you asked some great questions, and we want to break some of those things down and also provide an environment where you can provide more of those questions, because we're here for you. The reason we're doing this is we want you and your business to grow as a result of some of the things that, some of the information that we have that we might be able to provide. We have lots of experience, Jason and I, and some of our resources that can help you figure it out from your side and maybe help you put some things into play. So, with that said, Jason, what question comes to mind? We're going to scroll through
well, here, I'll just read one of the questions that we saw here.
Yeah, there you go.
Someone had commented on our Facebook post when we asked for input as to what you wanted to hear about. And it is, what's the best way to quickly build our brand or be the name people trust to be the go-to business?
Yeah, and this is by Lisa. Hi, Lisa. I hope you're watching this time. I worked with you at Country Insurance in the marketing department, so Lisa's got marketing stuff on her mind. I think now she's with State Farm, I believe. But nevertheless, thank you for asking that. That's huge. What do you want to open with, Jason?
Well, firstly, the best way to quickly build your brand.
Quickly
Isn't always as quick as you would hope. Everybody wants to go quick, but you have to also be realistic and maybe set milestones or set goals, and don't get too upset if things don't blow up overnight, so to speak.
Yep.
There's a lot of moving parts that you have to look at, and even we've been in business for a number of years, and we're constantly testing and learning and trying to improve ourselves.
Yep.
It's a learning process.
Yep. I get the question, how did you guys blow up so quickly when people think about Max Slider Brothers Customs, and we have about 100,000 followers on social media now, and people ask, how'd you blow up so quickly? And the thing is, we didn't. It took 3.5 years of steady, consistent performance. We set the goal, and so this is what I'm going to recommend for Lisa. Lisa, we set a goal that we wanted to have the biggest Bronco following on the internet. Mm-hmm. Okay, we said that early on. We want to have the biggest. When it comes to Bronco fans, we want to have the biggest social media sites, pages out there for people to find. And we're blessed to say that today we do combined. We have more followers than I think anyone that we've seen that do Bronco stuff. Yep. Do Bronco things. And the reason we wanted to do it is because the 2020 Bronco is coming out here in about a year and a half, and they just showed a glimpse of that, and I'm really excited about it, Jason. I know you probably are too, because it looks pretty awesome. But they released a glimpse under a curtain, and we think it's going to be the 4x4 that everyone's looking for. We knew that if we can get the Bronco conversation started and be consistent about it, that we may be able to one day have the largest Bronco following. Mm-hmm. And that positioned us really well for when the 2020 Bronco comes out to be the experts in that new emerging marketplace that's going to really grow and expand. Yep. Okay. So for Lisa, who asked, how do we do it quickly? There's probably nothing fast. But what you do need to do is set a goal of where you want to go. Jason mentioned goals and milestones and whatnot, because you're going to have to kind of envision, where do you want to take this thing? And then maybe break down some of the things that can help you get there.
Yep, you have to clearly define, what does building your brand mean? What does building your brand quickly mean? You have to set those goals, define what that even means, because without that goal, you'll never even know if you're going to achieve it or not.
Yeah.
And you're going to get frustrated.
Yeah. And you're just throwing stuff at a wall, which you want to do because you want to ideate. Ideate, I think that's a word. In the social media world, you want to try something and then learn from it and then pivot and try something else and constantly be doing that to evolve.
Definitely.
But it's going to take a lot of that, and you want it to be in line at least with that goal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you think of setting that goal, and I think of like, if you're talking about someone like State Farm, that's much different than someone like, we're back. We sometimes get phone calls. That's the beautiful thing about having a smartphone, is it's multi-purpose. But so when you think about a large company or a small company, it begs a lot of questions of where you want to take that in the total opportunity, right? So for someone like State Farm, there's a lot to that's a big thing. I think you've got to segment that into areas that you can begin to dissect and then formulate a plan for.
We've got a lot of offerings.
Yeah. Yep. So, Lisa, it's not going to be fast, but you got to set a goal and start maybe defining some milestones, to maybe quarterly or yearly milestones, and start working towards it. The one other thing I want to say is this: when you think about what you want to be, when we decided that we want to be the largest Bronco destination on social media, we tried to determine what kinds of things would people want to come and see. What would they want to come and do, and how can we give that to them so that they continue to come back? Okay,
Right.
So when you think about becoming known for something, it begs the question of what can you present out there to your followers, your hopefully growing list of followers, that clearly helps them understand who you are and what you're doing, so that they begin to think about you in that way.
Yep.
Right?
And I think a portion of your followers on MaxLighter stick around just to see you dance, personally.
Well, I mean,
I saw that latest post, so it was pretty good.
it is very entertaining. It's not, but I think to that point, we've done a few shows lately, World of Wheels shows, where we've taken the four-door Bronco and a couple others to places, and we are approached at those shows, and people say, what we love about you is we feel like we know you.
Yep.
We know you're not trying to be someone you're not. You're just out there being yourselves. And that's, for us, we wanted people to see who we really were, because then they know, like, and trust us, and then they'll choose to do business with us.
Yeah, you guys have done a great job of doing that, and anybody online can see what everybody in the shop looks like, what they are doing on a regular basis, what kind of personality they have. I mean, it's an open book over there. And
Yeah.
I think people really like that.
Yes. And so if that's but that's not the recipe for everyone.
Correct.
Right? So for someone like a State Farm, or someone who doesn't have that same kind of culture or brand attributes, then you got to determine what those things are and then provide that. If you want to be the resource for insurance knowledge and questions getting answered and information, then that's going to give you kind of a foundation for the types of stuff you want to do to become known for that, and the kind of content
Right.
you want to create.
Right.
So, great question. There's a lot to it. Try to break it down in a little bit to help you get started. Thanks for asking, Lisa. There was another one. Gretchen has a small business, actually providing parts to a 4x4 market that we know very well, and it's a related question. And she says, how do you find the right content to engage customers? Is it videos, posts, blogs, etc., to boost product sales, but not to jam it down their throats? Hang on a second, I'm going to get rid of this screen up here. And so, Jason, I'm going to let you tackle that first. How do you find the right content to engage customers?
Well,
And not make them feel like you're like force feeding it.
so in the case of Movidia, we do all of those things. We do blog posts. We engage on social media, Facebook, Instagram. We, make videos, Facebook Live. The key is to do a little bit of everything. Not everyone is in one place or two places. You're going to hit some people with a blog post that read it in an email or visit your site. You're going to touch some people on Facebook, Instagram. People are going to watch you later in a video on Facebook Live or maybe YouTube. We've got a YouTube channel. So cast a net. Test, and see what gets the traffic. See how many people see the Facebook post, how many people see an Instagram post. Experiment in different times, if you're posting on social media. There's analytics to track page views on your website, which should show you how many times your blog post is being read, where that traffic's coming from. Google Analytics can be used for that. So bottom line is, do as much as you feel comfortable with. If you're going to do something, contribute to it on a regular basis. Don't just sign up for Twitter and then turn it into a ghost town. If you're going to do it, just commit to it. It doesn't have to be as frequent as somebody like MaxLighter, but set a goal. Make a content calendar. Create Facebook post on this date. Publish Instagram post on this date and time. Same with a blog post. Just come up with something, cast a net, watch what happens, and repeat the winners.
Yeah. Look to see what works and what doesn't work, and move there. One of the things that comes to mind when I hear you talking about that, Jason, is the fact that, one, you got to do something, right? So you can sit and no offense, Gretchen or anyone else, but you can sit and ask and wonder. That's not helping you achieve your goal, right? You got to do something and find out. Well, did that work? Did it not?
Get something out there. Don't overanalyze it, because it's so easy to do with online marketing or marketing in general. It's easy to get overwhelmed and get in the trap of reading and learning before you get anything started. Just do something.
Yeah, do something.
And then continue to do it.
Yeah,
and then you'll get comfortable. You'll see what works and what doesn't.
When you do something, one of the things I like to do is I like to try something a couple times and then ask people if it's working. Mm-hmm. So there's the resources, the Instagrams, the Facebooks and whatnot are perfect environment for you to ask for help in presenting content, such as what we're doing today.
Yeah. What do you guys like to see?
I was really shocked that we got so many different questions of people wanting to break down the idea of marketing themselves online through social media, and we're listening, right? We're listening, and we're going to try to pivot and try to present content that better fits you, so that you're better served. As we do that, you will begin to know, like, and trust us as experts on this topic, and you will begin to think about us as the resource to go to for that kind of information.
Yep.
And we're playing the long game, folks, at Mavidia. We're consistently, week after week, putting this content out there so that you want to tune in, begin to rely on us for those things, because we think eventually you're going to need a service that we provide. You're going to need Jason's help more than just a weekly dose for a few minutes. And you're going to need a service that we can provide. And so we're playing the long game, but we're also getting some important data and information that helps us provide better content in each one of these. And so we invite you to comment below. What else would you like to hear? We got a lot of questions we're going to try to break down in the coming weeks as we kind of weave that into other topics that we want to present to you.
Yep.
But this information is great. And for you, ask your audience. What would you like to see? Gretchen, I know for a fact, because I know your marketplace, there are so many things that you can present, because there are so many people who want information that you and Jason have in your minds, that if you just thought about that a little bit and figured out how to package and talk about it, start that conversation, you're going to get all kinds of great feedback. And anyone watching this is in that same boat. You're subject matter experts in your industry.
Yep.
So, and I'm not a gardener, but if I'm interested in gardening, I'm going to try to go to the person I think is the expert based on who I see online. I want to mention a few people. When I think of working out, I think of Four Seasons, and I think of The Pit specifically, because Jesse is doing a great job at presenting information on social media in a consistent way. And so when I'm thinking about, I just actually made this recommendation to someone. They said, well, where do you work out and whatnot? I was talking, I said, The Pit has some great resources. And they're like, The Pit? I think I've heard of that. I think I've seen a video. And I'm like, yeah, this is because Jesse's doing a great job being consistent, putting this stuff out there, showcasing the kind of services they provide. Another guy, Brent Kelly. Brent Kelly's in the insurance world, and he's consistently providing resources, and he's built some incredible momentum. And now when I think of Brent, that's what I think about, is that topic.
Yep.
You can do it too.
Good stuff.
So there you have it. There's 2 of the questions. We hope that helps. Please comment below and let us know what other questions you have in mind, because we'd like to provide more information. With that said, that's Jason.
Eric.
We're outie.
See ya.